So most of us know roughly what gentrification is, where neighborhoods are kind of updated, but how is it different from, say, rejuvenation?
So both terms actually meant redevelopment of an area.
Okay.
But the most important, or I can say the fine line between the differentiation of these two things is the displacement of people, which is the original population would most likely have to move out due to gentrification because newer developments come in and then property becomes more overpriced and cost of living become more expensive. They are not able to stay in that area anymore. So, but for rejuvenation, it's more of renewing an area. So, original population will still be there. It's just that the quality of life in that area would be better. Yeah.
All right.
Well, everything has always the good side and the bad side.
Okay.
So the advantages is that it will bring in economic development and more population.
Yeah, job opportunities, right?
Yeah, job opportunities and all that. But for the disadvantages, if it's not done well, if it's not planned properly, then there will be the traffic congestion, and then of course again displacement of people, and this would lead to a lot of social issues like creation of slums and all that. Yeah.
Where in Klang Valley have we seen this effect, gentrification?
Okay, one of the consultants did say that because Malaysia is still quite young, so there's still a lot of land for development. So this phenomenon is not that prominent like in the US or UK or Australia. But there are a few places in the city centre that is seeing this phenomenon, and usually it is areas that is close to city centre or high economic areas or high populated areas. So there's places like Kampung Kerinci, and the most, I would say the most famous or well-known development that will be Bangsa South by UOA Group. Yeah, and then there's Brickfields. And
Section 13 as well?
Yeah, PJ Section 13, Sentul, Segambut Dalam, Bukit Jalil. Yeah, these are the few places that is seeing this process going on.
There's also this fear that these areas will lose their identity once they are gentrified. Did any of the people you spoke to talked about this?
The most important thing is that because when new developments come in, so the older business would probably either be shut down or they have to be forced to expand. So this is on the business commercial side. Whereas on the population side, the original population would of course have to leave because they can't afford to continue living there because of higher cost of living and the property prices are going up. And a lot of people, they take this opportunity to cash in on their land and all that. And those people that do not want to leave, they are forced to leave out because they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. So a consultant did mention that this could possibly be a social issue, and it could be a creation of slums. Yeah, so there will be the creation of slums. So in the end, it has to be done well. It has to be very, very careful with it, and a lot of study has to be put into it by the government.
I mean, I get it that we're trying to keep up with times, but with all this gentrification activities going on, will it actually make, because we're already fighting with very high property prices, will this actually make things worse?
To a certain extent, yes. There is one consultant that say that there is this process does in a way contribute to the rising property prices, but whether or not it impacts a lot, I'm not sure because he didn't elaborate much on that.
I recall someone you spoke to for this story saying that he hopes that, in the years to come, Malaysia does not get too gentrified. Why is that?
Okay, so one of the consultants, he actually doesn't really hope for this to happen. It's because he felt that in city centres or even the fringe of it, he felt that there should be still middle class people staying there. So that there's a balance of the community. But what he hoped to see would be that there will be improvement in infrastructure and there's improvement in public transportation. That's the main thing that he hopes to see. Well, other consultants that did say that gentrification is an unavoidable process in a way because it's the positive side actually covers the negative side because in the end it does bring in the economic development and it does bring in the population. It's just that it has to be done properly, and it has to be well thought out. It has to be managed well and not done in a haphazardly way. Yeah. So that things, the country, the economy can move forward and progress.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Age Weekly at all good newsstands.